Welcome back to the Buying a House in Japan podcast, the number one Akiya podcast in the world. How are you
Let's
doing today?
go. Good. I'm currently at Take's place in California, and Take's in
And
Japan. Rare. We've switched places. Actually, usually
Spa
it's the other
Peru.
way around.
I'm sitting at our sweet monkey podwood table in Jissoji Lux, our Beppu house. It's good to be here.
Yeah, glad you're spending time there because there's lots of things about the house that I think need to get fixed and changed, and it's helpful to have someone else see it in person, and we can compare prioritization lists.
Yeah, we unfortunately only here for one night. I messed up the my dates, and I'm going back on the Sunflower Ferry to Osaka tonight. So short stint. I'm going to be meeting heads up Fumi or Mizoto-san, our new contractor, is going to be maybe rocking up in 30 minutes. So got some
All
suggestions.
right.
Mhm.
Okay, really quick. What's like the number one thing that needs to get fixed? Number one thing that is really good, and number one surprise coming back to the house.
Number one thing that needs to get fixed is our garden. It we rocked up yesterday and it looks like a effing jungle here, bro. Like nature has really taken over. Like all the plants. If you looked at our house from the outside, you'd be like, "Oh, that place is abandoned." Strictly because there's just like
Okay.
so much green stuff everywhere, growing in wild directions.
It didn't look too bad. I think I was there February was the last time I was there. It didn't look too bad, but it was the winter time. So I agree though. Like the garden, there's like some glass beer bottles that are like half buried in the garden. I think maybe they were decoration at some point, or maybe they were just trash. But anyways, we've been looking at those for 2 years now. I think it's time to clean up the outside.
Okay, yeah. So that's I think the top priority is just like we need to. The inside looks pretty good, but the outside looks brutal. Like there's like 1,000 mosquitoes. I was looking around. There's a ton of like pots with just water in them, and so that's
Yeah,
probably
make
the
it not look like a Akiya anymore from the outside.
yeah, and it's just like leaves. So I do think we haven't really talked about this, but we need a gardener. I think just to like keep an eye out on not only our inside plants and our outside plants. All our indoor plants are super dead except the
Yeah,
monstera.
a groundskeeper like Hagrid.
So yeah, outside needs some work. Gaga, my fiance, came in and she's like, "This place looks like an Aki on the outside," and it's like bad enough where we have that reverse. I'm trying to reverse in with our minivan, and there's a huge bush that says I'm hitting it the entire time. So it's like the
Okay,
sensors
yeah.
don't work because there's like too many distractions.
Yeah, right now when people rock up to like, "Ooh, like this place needs work still." We need to change that mentality when people see it for the first time. We need it to people to be like, "Oh, this place looks actually pretty good."
Yeah, but
That's the goal.
yeah, I agree with you. The inside is looking pretty good, and I'll get to that second. But we really need to focus on the outside because I think first impressions
Matter.
looks pretty gnar. Mosquito, like you're filling with the keys, and mosquitoes are biting you and stuff, and you're just like, oh man, this was a little
All
bad.
right. How's temperature? It's probably like 30 degrees there and like, I don't know, 70% humidity.
Netsu or the insulation we got, great man. We have the AC on right now. It stays very very cold in here. And then again, it hasn't been like blazing hot, but it stays quite cool. I'm sitting again downstairs right now, and it's yeah, very very comfortable once you're inside. I don't think there's too many. It's been raining a lot too, but yeah, it's overall been very very good. Comfortable temperature inside. Thumbs up.
Okay, let's talk about the kitchen unit real quick because I think that is interesting. So me and Take at this house in J Lux, we have the original like 1960s, 1970s kitchen kind of setup in there, and we wanted to keep it because it was stainless steel and thought it looked cool. But after using a modern prefabricated kitchen unit in the Tama house TBC, it's just so much more comfortable. Like it's an enjoyable experience to cook on those clean, like modern
Mhm.
surfaces versus you're coming back to JLux. I agree. There's no proper gas hookup. We have like a mega gas conlo kind of setup going in. It's like feels darker, feels dirtier. What are your thoughts, Sake?
Yeah, I think when you open the door, it looks straight. Look, first thing you see is the wood table, which is awesome. But then our kitchen unit like definitely does not match that look, and I agree with you. Like We have not fully cooked a meal here yet, and
Yeah, but
I was
I've
thinking,
cooked at TBC. Like, I
yeah,
think the
TBC is
message
way
here
better.
is, like, that could be a place to spend some extra renovation money if you are doing this yourself. Just like our experience is the kind of older style Showa kitchen. It's just not doesn't like it's night and day compared to the modern kitchen unit.
Yeah, we thought. I mean, the kitchen unit itself is in good condition. It looks good. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's just like if we're not wanting to use it, there is maybe a little bit of an issue for sure. We have like a used fridge too that's a little bit like gross coming from
Exactly.
our Tama place, like where we have the nice fridge and the new kitchen unit, and we have like cabinets that are really shiny. It looks like a
Exactly.
hodgepodge of random things here.
Yeah, I don't really love using the cabinets and I don't like storing stuff in them. It's just like something about it feels a little bit off. But again, TBC, those cabinets are full of stuff. Same with yeah, kitchen the fridge, yeah, same thing.
The worst part is actually we have that fan above, so we don't have like a hood that's pulling air. It's just like a fan that's blowing out, and it was actually open when I got here, and so mosquitoes were just coming straight in. There's like no net. I'm like no. So entry point into the house, unfortunately. But yeah, I will talk to Mizota-san. I do think we just come get new cabinets and kitchen. I
I
stopped at
agree.
IKEA. There's really good stuff there too, and it's not that
Yeah.
expensive. So maybe
That
we
being
could
said,
try IKEA.
the Tama place gets a ton of sunlight, that kitchen, and the J-Lux one gets no sunlight whatsoever in that kitchen. So
Yeah,
it
it's
could just be
definitely
darker in general.
dark. Yeah, we definitely went for the dark vibes. I'd say. And when Gaga, my fiance, kind of mentioned she wants more of the traditional Japanese look. We went really kind of away from that. So she's like, she wants, I don't know, she thinks she kind of liked the old style better, but I'm like, nah,
Mhm.
I'm tired of that Japanese style.
Like green tatami mat,
A
kind of
little
white
bit like
walls,
shoji, maybe shoji doors. I think she
shoji
really
doors.
likes the shoji doors, even though I'm just like, nah, they're just blocking space.
Yeah. Shower. What do you
Okay,
think?
moment of
So
truth
you
here.
just took a shower. So
I
Taki so
just came out
I've
of the
taken a
shower.
shower in JLux, but this was Take's very first shower, and things have changed since my last shower, so I'm very excited to hear his story.
First one, and just for context, I'm only here for 2 days, and Joey's like, "Hey, man, you got the number one priority. You got to try the shower." And me and
I'm
Gaga have
curious
been
because we
going.
got some it sucked. When I took it the last time, it was kind of redone. It wasn't the creepy old shower, but the water sucked. Sato-san kinda, like, did a really crazy job hooking everything up in there, and so we got a different plumber to come in and just, like, set things right. So I was very excited to hear Take's experience. Let's
Okay,
go. Let's
final
hear it.
verdict: shower is 8 out of 10. Good. So
8 out of
very, very
10. Okay, I'll
comfortable.
take it.
Very, yeah. Water temperature's good. Water pressure's good. The controls are good. Has a unique smell in there. I think it's the cedar. Might be like maybe plant. We have some snake plants in the corner there too.
Good like, earthy or bad smell or good smell
It's
or
not bad. Maybe it's a
neutral?
little earthy. I'm not quite sure. It's not like mold or anything. It's kinda like I think it's a cedar smell. We don't have a ton of
Okay, yeah.
ventilation in there. We just have
It's
like a
just raw
little.
cedar, so very likely.
Yep. As you kinda mentioned, the downside is there's a lack of changing room. So when you open the shower door, it looks like directly at the front door. And it's like,
Yeah,
I'm
and the
cool with it,
living
but
room and the kitchen, basically, all have a line of sight.
the shower room is big enough that I do think we could just put some hooks or something up there just to make like a little drying area inside. Is my
Yeah,
opinion. I know we put like a little curtain rod. I don't know if that's gonna work. I'd rather change inside and just have all my clothes there, maybe like little cubbies or something above the
I
door.
think you're right. I don't love the curtain. That was kind of like a
Yeah,
Hail
good
Mary, let's
good
just
try.
try this, see if it works or not, but I agree, it's gonna look weird having a curtain there.
Had we redone this, would you have rather just gone with like a prefab shower unit?
No. I was
Okay,
very curious if this would work.
okay.
I like the TBC, the Tama's House's shower unit. It's very comfortable in much the same way that the kitchen is very comfortable, but I was very curious about, like, can we go one above the cookie cutter comfortable? And so this is,
Mhm.
like, a little bit of a personal challenge, and so I'm glad that glad we took the challenge and that you were down for it.
I worry though long term this is maybe a liability versus like shower units are so like perfect maybe from like a
Yeah.
warranty perspective that it's good right now when it's new, but I do worry like a year from now it's going to get a little grody and maybe a little messed up.
And, like, how much do you trust Sato-san's waterproofing, you know?
Yeah, there's a lot of cracks from Sato-san's work here that I'll go over, but overall, shower good. This place, first shower ever in 2 years. Have you taken a shower here, Joey? You have, right?
Yeah, but the controls were all funky.
Okay. It is back to normal. Misato-san did a good job, and I'll make sure to compliment him.
Has Gaga, Take's fiance, has Gaga showered or no?
No, no, she wants to go to the onsen, which is fair. We went to
Okay, but she wasn't
yeah.
creeped out by
She
the
liked the shower.
shower.
Yeah, yeah, I'll put it
Okay,
as the
great.
podcast cover here. So the shower looks appealing, I'd say. Like overall, like the aesthetically, our house is getting pretty close to looking pretty good. It's like a little bit still hodgepodge, a little bit of everything, but I think our next big trip here, we will have it fully done.
Yeah, yeah, I'm excited for the outside. I think it'll look nice. Kind of looks, yeah, a bit like an abandoned house still. I
Yeah,
mean, because it's
especially
still in the abandoned house state. We haven't touched it really.
hmm and big contrast. I just came down from Tokyo. Like our Tama house, the garden looks great. Like really, really good. Very clean. Looks like now it's not an Akiya, but this is the exact polar opposite, unfortunately.
A little bit change of gears, unless you had something else to talk
Yeah,
about.
no,
Beppu, I was thinking about it earlier today, and I don't even know if we talked about it on the podcast, but how did that all go? At one point in time, maybe about a year ago now, you were thinking about buying property in Japan using like a like
401k.
you 401k. Yeah. How did that journey end for you? Or how did
I
it start and how did it end?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I so it took a little while to move my 401k into like a self custody or a self directed IRA is what it's
Self
called.
directed.
I
Yeah.
did end up doing it, but I just found it easier to put it in stocks and crypto instead.
Do you
Um,
think it's possible though for someone
mhm.
who wants to buy property in Japan to self-direct their own 401k and then purchase property?
Yes. So, I mean, I'm still open to the idea. It did take a lot of time to get it all together, and it does add a couple layers of complications. But overall, I mean, if you really need to access funds, it's good. But there are big rules that you can't technically work on the property. You can't be in the property. So you can't use the property, quote unquote. But I don't know how the US will ever truly figure that out.
Right, right. I remember the conversations now. That was the thing. So you can buy this property, but you can't use it at all for personal use. Like you can't go on the and like there's other stipulations. You can't go on it and start swinging a hammer and fixing stuff yourself. It has to be done
Hmm.
all by a contractor or something. There's a lot of rules related
Hmm.
to that. But kind of in the conversations we had with people that had done these sort of things, it was kind of like wink, wink, nudge,
Yeah.
nudge. Like, how are the
How are
tax
they going to
authorities
know?
ever going to know? Yeah.
Yeah. I guess your 401k is meant to really be, I guess, deliver returns, not be a vacation home. So, if you do think like something in Japan will bring those returns that are better than crypto or tech stocks or whatever, it could be a viable strategy. But looking at like a risk portfolio, yeah, maybe not. I've kind of gone away from that after being boots on ground in Japan for so long.
It was definitely an interesting idea, that you
We
pursued
could still
there.
do it.
I
We
was
could
cu
still try it. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, definitely for cheaper property. But man, I don't know. My big realization to going back to like what surprise is like, damn, this house is never going to be done. I think unless we are here for 3 months, I think, or something like our next trip, maybe we really, really just prioritize like, let's get here and get it done. It's perfectly livable, but it just doesn't, I'm not like proud to be like, hey, come and stay here right now, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like like, "Hey, you can stay
It's
in
a
Beppu."
little
It could
ghetto.
be a little ghetto. Yeah.
I think yeah, we just gotta put the finishing touches. Gago
I'm
did
down.
not love how dirty it was. The cleaners did not do a good job.
Okay, I
Uh,
agree. I think we need to get rid of those cleaners. I have the exact that little tray t we have, like, a tray
same.
table
There's just, like, shit on the
upstairs.
tray table. Like, I was like, "What?"
Yeah, and,
Um,
like, incense, you can still see the ash, like, they didn't even bother to so, I agree. I don't yeah, we need to find new cleaners.
something that, Linda did in Tama, she wrote, like, a checklist, and I think that was, like, really, really good, and the cleaner marked off the checklist, so I think we just need to start getting more reps and getting to that point. Like, they didn't leave the towels on the bed, which I had asked for, so we'll give that feedback to Fumi, but it's just part of the process. We just need to keep trying until we find the right cleaner.
Yeah, and we have the whole office room.
Mhm.
Potentially use the home office for like a business manager visa or some sort of immigration visa, and it's just an empty room still. I mean, it's clean and it's renovated, but yeah, like we got to put some effort into fixing that. We got the kitchen situation, we got the outside situation, and then everything, all the other small things.
Yeah, I know as we look at like we keep getting people keep sending us properties. We keep seeing these new deals that whether it be like Surf Shack or Coin Laundry or Niigata House, like we got to really just finish this one off. I think we're so close. It probably needs another 10K, I would say, of renovation.
Okay, between the two like livable properties, JLux and TBC, everybody, we're about 2 years in, just under 2 years for JLux and just under maybe a year and a half for TBC, the Tokyo property. Like, what percent done are they both in your mind?
Yeah, Tama's 90. Okay, so it depends on season. So let's say in the summer
It
season,
does depend on season.
it does like for fall and spring, Tama is 95% done, I would say. Maybe
Yeah.
even higher, maybe closer to 98%. But in
Hmm.
summer, winter, because of the lack of insulation, I'd say Tama's closer to 80%. But the path is quite clear. I think we just need a insulation, maybe the concrete crack. Tama's very, very good. From Beppu's Jissoji Lux perspective, I would give it an 80%, honestly. Like the kitchen needs to be redone. There's like some small things like getting the cleaner dialed in. And this is partly dialing the property managers too, just to make sure that we can leave and things are going. It was unfortunate. Like I came in and you just see like a lot of things like, dang it, we didn't explicitly ask for me to water the plants or something like that. And so like a lot of things are just
The
half
plant,
dead.
yeah, I'll talk to plant watering. Well, sorry, I'll talk to you about this after the podcast. But I think one of our neighbors, and again, I think like if you're not coming to your property, very often I do think you got to make friends in the neighborhood a little bit for, if you want to have a house plant, like you got to keep it alive. So I do think one of our neighbors speaks English and maybe we can
Really?
get them to help us out.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, our Monstera plant's killing it. So it's interesting to see what plants do well. I thought the cactus would do really well. But yeah,
Actually, when you showed me that, so before I left, I, like, gave everything a big drink of water, and I thought with cactuses, you're supposed to, like, really soak them and then really dry them out, and, like, that's all they need for 6 months. So that's what I did, but I'm worried, like, did I kill the cactuses because they both died? And I was like,
it's
"Oh, maybe it was me."
yeah. So I guess and we've talked about this on the podcast with Jissoji Lux, our Beppu spot. We still owe Sato-san money. We've gotten some feedback from some listeners. So shout out to you guys. Thanks for reaching out. We definitely want to pay Sato-san and just kind of clean break it. As it currently stands, he wants our this is context our old contractor. He wants us to send him a mail of cash. We can't do that. So I'm gonna ask Fumi to be like, hey, can you
He
call
wants
or
cash, like bills, like literal bills,
yeah, I mean
a
this is a business
briefcase.
expense, right? So we need to have some trace of it, unfortunately or fortunately. So I
Yeah,
think we
I
can.
mean, I think there's ways to do it with cash. I'm not really that clear. Like you get a paper, I don't know, you get receipts and stuff like that, but like it's just so much easier. I think way less headache for us to not deal with cash. Like, we're a business in Japan. I think yeah, we can't be
Listen,
doing
yeah,
cash
we got to
transactions.
close the chapter. We're working with Misota, new guy. So Joe, yeah, I'm excited. I think in the
Yeah.
fall I will do my best to carve out as much time, but we're close. We're definitely close. A couple dollars needed on the kitchen unit. Furniture is all great. I would say the stairs are treacherous in both properties, and this is just a Japanese design thing. I think for anyone listening, the
The
stairs are very very
stairs are treacherous. That's why if you see Anton always replaces the staircase. And probably one of the big reasons, I mean, design is likely one as well, but also just like they're so steep.
yeah. I like feel like I might die every time I go up and down the stairs. I'm just like, especially in the night, I'm like, ooh. But yeah, I think we changed the stairs. And very last thing, I'm gonna ask Mizoto-san to change the door. I think we really should try to get electronic keypads, and for the sake of hopefully Sato-san not coming in and
I
checking
agree.
destroying our
I think
house.
we gotta replace the doors. It would be nice to do it at TBC as well.
Yep. But overall, man, I think mixed feelings. I'd say overall, we got to be maybe a little more explicit with Fumi and being like, "Hey, can you do these things?" Or maybe our cleaner just isn't good here. So we're
I
getting
blame the cleaners, actually. I definitely blame
yeah.
the cleaners.
But also, I think we can ask for additional things from Fumi to be like, hey, can you come in once a month and just check in on the property? But overall, like I think had we asked someone to come and look at the plants, they would be like, yep, you should definitely trim those.
You know what we also need at JLux? Like we have that closet downstairs at TBC where we can like store, extra stuff, shampoos and stuff like that, and towels and sheets or whatever. Like I think we need that. Like there's nowhere in, or we have the storage
No,
shed
we have a storage shed.
outside.
Yeah.
But like I think we need to get that organized for cleaners to be like, like kind of like an Airbnb would like, hey, here's the new sheets, here's so it's everything's ready. And if they have a
Yep. Yep.
checklist, I think it could be real easy.
Okay, I think he is here now, so I'm going to go ahead and drop off Joey. But yeah, he's knocking at the door, so I will catch you later. Hope you have a
All
great
right.
day. I'm going to talk to
See ya.
Mizoto-san. All right, take
Have a
care.
good
Bye.
chat. Bye bye.